as I gaze past the firelight, gone is the sun, dread without this place, the cave of the new sun, to keep watch at a crack in the wall, to know if the sun will renew its promise of life to us. At this, the moon of the long nights, the sun has grown so weak that there is little day for hunting and gathering. Nothing grows, and the earth is cold and barren. It is a time of fear for my people.
Please, close light.
Everyone in my family tribe has gathered to add their voices to our grandfather.
Ukukanya,
Grandfather had us gather wood for a huge ceremonial fire which burns at the mouth of the cave, its flames dancing into the night sky, warming us all. He says that heat should reach the sun and warm it back to life. If the sun heeds our prayers, when it rises, it will send a golden shaft of light onto the ancient painting on the cave wall. This one moment is the only time in all of the seasons that sunlight enters the cave. Imagine such darkness. What would become of us if the sun abandoned us completely and the world became dark forever?
In the season of jumping salmon, many suns ago, Santiam the elder found a golden rock and placed it on the altar for you. Do you remember?
Do you remember?
When our people first came to this valley, on every rock we carved your image. We have called ourselves the people of the golden sun, and all our children sing of you. Do you remember?
Remember?
Every morsel of food, even the silvery water that we drink, we offer first to you. Do you remember?
Remember the times we have remembered you. Think of the times we have thought of you.
If you go away, we will perish. Who then will be left to remember you?
Remember the light. We remember the light, and which is imagined and which is real, we cannot tell. We have been sitting in this darkness for so long that we are weary even of ourselves. This shapes of darkness as it hovers like a bird of prey, as it grovels like a hungry dog, as it lingers in the air like something wicked, and which is imagined and which is real, we do not know. Will the light ever come? We picture colors swirling about us like a glowing tide, washing darkness from us. It thrills the heart to hold a hope as great as this, that fills and fills and finally bursts into a brilliant splash of color and light. The light has broken from the sky, the light has split the darkness wide, the light has spilled into our eyes, the light that brings us light. We picture a reddish glow, a flash of gold, shades of shadow, quick and bold, brilliant shimmer, eyes of fire, our dreams, our hearts desire. But then we wake to darkness in the cave. It seems the light is just a dream. We settle back and wait so long, and wonder if the light will come. When will light
Belief in a future is easy in a warm, green world. But when winter days grow short, hope can be harder to come by. Even in our modern world, scientists have found a correlation between people's moods and the seasonal change of light. The winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. The word solstice comes from the Latin sol, meaning sun, and sistere, meaning to cause to stop or stand still. Occurring annually about December 21st, winter solstice is when the sun reaches its lowest midday point in the sky. The sun then begins its return northward, restoring the hours of daylight lost to winter. Watching the sun's apparent movement, our ancestors puzzled over what the sun's appearances and disappearances might mean for them. And they wondered why the sun behaved as it did. How could they know that the sun only appears to rise in the east and sink in the west? They had no way of knowing that the earth itself is turning, so they explained what they observed as best they could. The ancient Egyptians believed that the goddess Nut bent over the heavens, her hands and feet touching the horizon. She swallowed the sun at sunset and gave birth to it again each morning. The Chumash people of Northern California believed sunset and sunrise were the result of a celestial ball game played by the sky people. One team was led by the sun, the other by Sky Coyote, the North Star. The moon acted as scorekeeper. The game's culmination took place on winter solstice, and depending on who won the contest, the sun might go away forever. Throughout the world, people have made the sky a placeholder for myth, faith, and enlightenment. As people progress in understanding, we learn more about how the universe works. Like our ancestors, we still seek answers, but we see further now by standing on the shoulders of those who came before us.
With light came brilliance into blackness, shape formed from oblivion, and truth was like a ray of light. It was what light
ashes of our elders are scattered in this place, waiting for you to bring life. Seeds of corn are scattered here. Their light will unleash the spirits once again. Feathers of birds are here, claws of beasts, the dried bones of fish we caught throughout the year. Come, brush them with your golden kiss, that all may live again. Live again. If the serpent is trying to swallow you up, fight back so we may live.
If weakness and spirits have taken you, grow strong that we may live. If we have driven you away, come back so we may live.
Remember life's sweetness and its brightness.
Turn to us and live
We no longer fear that the sun will set and never rise again, because today we understand the motions of the planets. Ancient peoples all over the world built elaborate structures in their efforts to become more familiar with the sky. More than 5,000 years ago, people in Britain awaited the solstice within an enormous stone circle now known as Stonehenge. The difficulty of constructing such a monument, which still fascinates and confounds people today, shows how important these early people felt it was to observe the sun's movement. Over 4,000 years ago, the Sumerians built tall towers called ziggurats as observation points for their scribes. Without the aid of telescope or any modern instruments, these early astronomers could predict the movements of the sun, moon, and planets as accurately as scientists 100 years ago. 1,000 years ago, the Anasazi people of New Mexico's Chaco Canyon carved a stone sun spiral. At midsummer, rays of sunlight pierce the center of the spiral. At midwinter solstice, a dagger of light appears on either side of the spiral, leaving it empty of brightness at this dormant season of the year. watch the evening sky as our ancestors did, it appears that the sky itself is moving like a giant celestial clock. Groups of familiar stars or constellations shift slowly westward, night after night. After one full year, the same constellations return to the same place in the sky to begin the cycle once again. Actually, it is the Earth that is the traveler, making its trip around the sun in a little more than 365 days. As the Earth revolves around the sun, faces different parts of the heavens. The stars we see in winter are not the same stars we see in summer. When the constellation Orion the Hunter first appears in the east at sunset, we know winter is approaching. Spring is announced by the arrival of Leo the Lion in the evening sky. The seasonal clock provided our ancestors with a dependable rhythm of planting, hunting, and the proper timing of traditional celebrations.
Sooner or later the pond will freeze, but who can predict the day? As the darkness grows, we wait for the ice, while leaves on the ground decay. Waiting for snow, we believe it will come, but what if it doesn't this time? Supposing the seasons are playing a joke, a year with no rhythm or rhyme. Something is coming, we've seen it before, changing the face of the earth. The death of a season, the tears of a glow, a new season's timely birth.
The ice comes late, but it melts in March. Rivers call out in delight. We watch the sky as the geese return, winging through evening light. Bluebells appear in the woods one day, like a sky growing under the trees. And why geese fly in perfect V's.
Something is coming, we've seen it before, changing the face of the earth. The death of a season, the tilt of a glow, a new season's timely birth.
Some raise their arms for the sun on the skin and heat that goes through to the bone, while others dream about wind and rain as the riverbed turns to stone. The harvest is in, we are ready for rain, but we do not know when it will come. Oh, trust that the season's wheel will turn and that clouds will cover the sun.
Something is coming, we've seen it before, changing the face of the earth. The death of a season, the tilt of a glow, a new season's timely birth.
Apples are weighing the branches down. They fall to the ground and rot. Leaves drift down as the days grow short, and the horse gets his winter coat. This is the season when bud rules the land, and the garden's a horrible sight. This is the time for a seat by the fire, and a story to spin tonight.
Something is coming, we've seen it before, changing the face of the earth. In a bed of needles and peat, we pull our blankets over our heads, and animals lie on our feet. The pond is hard once again. It creaks with the weight of the year on its back. But deep within, the seasons wait to emerge from the very first breath. Oh, home is the place. Home is the place.
If we watch the sky as closely as primitive people did, we might better understand their fears. In midwinter, the sun withdraws further and further to the south, cutting an ever smaller arc until it could disappear completely. If the earth were straight up and down on its poles as it revolved around the sun, there would be no annual parade of the seasons. The weather would be similar year-round. The sun would trace the same path across the sky every day. Day and night would be equal. But the earth isn't perpendicular as it makes its way around the sun. It's tilted. During the time of year when the North Pole faces more toward the sun, the northern hemisphere receives more direct sunlight, and we enjoy the warm months of summer. 6 months later, when the earth is on the other side of the sun, the same tilt produces the opposite effect. The southern hemisphere experiences summer when it's midwinter in the north. In winter, the sun appears lower in the sky. Days become shorter, temperatures drop. Our ancestors anticipated the solstice as a day marking the world's rebirth. If the sun magically appeared at a ceremonial point as it had each year for generations, life would return to earth in the long darkness of winter.
To look away, we might break the magic. Come, light, river
Feel it coming in the air like a tremble within the walls. The edge of darkness finds us, and a light beyond us calls.
There is tension in our muscles and waiting in our bones for the sun to return and shine in brilliant golden tones. Look, the crack is growing bright, the light bursts into the cave. It splashes on the cavern wall and floods us in a wave. So golden and so beautiful, it settles in a glowing pool. We see each other in the light, and each eye glitters like a jewel. The joy we share this time each year is our bond, familiar and new. As we celebrate the gift of light that the sun has brought anew, we dance until our fever breaks, then fall
glorious dawn, the earth again will bear fruit for all her children, and we must celebrate. Let the feast begin.
The winter solstice symbolizes the return of the light and hope for a bright future. Throughout human history, fires have been kindled in deepest winter to celebrate the midwinter solstice. Roaring fires on the floors of caves, the flaming torch of a medieval castle, twinkling lights on a modern Christmas tree, or flickering candles of a menorah all represent the fires of winter and the desire of human beings to bring light into the world. At this time of year, people gather to extend special welcome to one another. The challenges of winter have been met, and this is cause enough for joy.
Sun's returning fulfills our yearning for proof that our days will be light. It's time to rejoice with life and voice in a tune that's merry and bright. The sun has come, it brightens our days with light. We fill with mirth and cheer as we welcome the coming new year.
People may gather to watch together, and some see the solstice alone. But no matter where, there's a warmth that we share in the heart of this world we call home. There's joy